Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. For the last 2 weeks, Northern California has been getting hit with storm after storm after storm, back to back. If you've been watching some of the plow videos here, you can see kind of the progression of how much has been building up here at the house. Well, the snow was supposed to finish about an hour ago. It's still coming down, but today's project is going to be to clear some of the snow off that roof. The next storm that's coming in is actually a atmospheric river. It's got warmer air temperature, so rather than getting snow up here, it's gonna get rain. And when you have that much snow on your roof and the rain starts hitting it, it just acts like a sponge, and you could really increase the weight of that snow. So let's get up there and get a measurement, and maybe I can figure out about how many pounds per square foot of snow is on the roof. So we are looking at 33 inches of snow on the roof. The state of California has a station nearby on Highway 50 where they measure the snow depth and the water content every year. So I'm gonna see if I can get that information and maybe transfer that to figuring out what the snow load might be on top of the roof. But I think 33 inches of snow on the roof is quite a bit. And then when you mix water into that, it's gonna get heavy. So let's get started on removing some of this snow. Now that I'm away from the edge of the roof, I decided to take another measurement, and the snow is actually 37 inches deep. So Kerri found a calculator on the internet where you can put in the square footage and how deep the snow is and what kind of condition the snow is, and we'll get that calculation and I'll put the info up on the screen here. So I'm getting to the point where I am headed up the 4 and 12 pitch roof. This front awning area, or breezeway, is only a 3 and 12, and then it changes to 4 and 12 later. But since I'm getting out over the area that's a little higher here, I didn't mind if I slid off. I'd land on the snowbank, not a very far fall. But as I get out over there, I'm kind of worried about falling. So let me get my harness set up with the line going over the back, and I'll secure it to some big timbers I have on the back deck. So I'll be right back. So the first thing I'm going to do, I put a carabiner on the end of my rope. I'm going to go up there, I'm going to toss the rope over the back, and that way I can pull the safety line up and get it attached once I get the harness in. So let's get the rope over the top of the roof. I remembered I have windows over there. I didn't want that carabiner to swing around and break the window, so I took the carabiner off. So let's go see if that rope made it over the edge. So I got the safety line tethered behind the house, and I'm gonna go up there and I'll just pull it up and over and hopefully not break any windows. It looks like most of the steel will miss hitting the windows, but because of the eaves, so I'm hoping it'll just pull it up and we won't have any problems. I'm just gonna try to be gentle while I'm doing it. Greetings everyone. So day 2 on shoveling the snow off the roof. The storm is supposed to be here in about 5 hours. I was watching a clip on this storm and this atmospheric river. I thought it was pretty interesting. It is basically lining up from California all the way across the Pacific Ocean to the Hawaiian Islands. And I guess it is just full of substantial moisture, and it is just going to funnel right into central and northern California. So going to be some interesting times here coming up. Some of the counties have proclaimed local emergencies and certain things like that, so we'll see what happens with this storm. But yesterday it took me 5 hours just to do the front half of that carport. So today, I think what I'm going to try to do is, I want to finish the carport for sure, because whoever framed that did a horrible job. I knew it when I bought it, and I figured once I'm done with building the house down the hill, and we move in, I would then fix this carport roof and probably enclose the carport to make it a garage. But so I definitely want to get the snow off the carport. And then for the house, I'm probably just gonna put a path down the ridge, and then I'll cut some lanes going down the roof to the eaves. So that will take the majority of the weight off the roof. It'll give some paths that the water could funnel out, and hopefully we don't have any kind of ice dam problems or anything like that. So that's the goal, and I'll get up there and get started. So I've got the front half of the carport shoveled off. I'm going to switch my safety line to the front so I can do the back. The back side definitely has a pretty good drop to the ground, so let me get that safety line changed and I'll work on the back half of the carport. So it only took me an hour and a half to do the back side of the garage. It was much easier because I could just shoot the snow right off the back side of the roof. On the front, I had all these different gables and valleys, and I didn't want to shoot the snow off onto the Shelter Logic garage. So I think that's why it took me so long yesterday. So I started on the house doing this eave, and then I realized I need to move my rope because my safety line, because the angle that it's at, if I fall, the rope will slide off this roof and drop down onto this roof, and I will probably hit the ground before the slack is ever taken up. So I'm gonna move. I've got the safety line anchored to the tow loops on my truck. So I'm gonna move my truck up over here so my line will be straight up and over the house. So in the end, I was able to clear about 90% of the snow off the roof of the house. And here are a couple of photos of why I wanted to do this and my concerns. The first couple of shots is of a doll museum here in Pollock Pines, where the roof had collapsed from the weight of the snow. This one kind of surprised me because it was a pitched roof. Typically, I would expect a flat roof to collapse long before a pitched roof, but who knows what the condition of this roof was. The next couple of pictures are of our local Safeway store, and they had to get several workers up there to clear the snow on top of the roof because the Safeway employees found that when they were going from the main part of the store to the storage in the back, the doors they had to go through started rubbing on the door jamb above and the floor below. And it turned out that there was so much weight of snow on the roof that it was pushing everything down. So they had a small army of people up there clearing the snow off the local Safeway. And then just down the road in Camino, a storage unit that is converted from the old Sierra Pacific lumber mill. The roof on that collapsed, and a lot of folks who had their recreation vehicles or boats parked in the storage area, all that fell down on top of their toys that were parked there. And the last shot is of some local flooding that we had on Sly Park Road. It's one of the main roads that runs through Pollock Pines. So we want to thank you all for watching, and everyone please be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next video.